Good morning, all. Uh, we have, in fact, completed the syllabus for the term 1, that is up to biomolecules. Okay, and today's session is a revision of biomolecules chapter, and I will be giving you the marks weightage of unit wise as per CBSE. And based on our previous papers, we can understand roughly on an average how many marks for each chapter also. Based on that, you need to do smart study now. Don't go on reading the entire textbook now. You have no time. So what you have to do? You have to study revision notes. I will be posting tomorrow onwards revision notes of each chapter for the term 1. So we will be discussing that revision, and then that revision will be followed by MCQs. So what is required is, tomorrow let us say I will start with chapter 1. Chapter 1 revision notes I will put it in the WhatsApp group. So tonight you must go through that. And tomorrow in our class we will go for the MCQs. So before I tell the answer, I am expecting Raghavendra to tell the answer. Is that okay, Raghavendra?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So today evening I have 2 homeworks. One, I will be posting this video, 3 videos of biomolecules in our group. Second, I will be posting chapter number 1 revision. So please go through it, and tomorrow's class we will have MCQ practice. Plus, if possible, we will answer 1 mark questions, because that 1 mark questions only will come as MCQ most of the time. That we will do, so that you will be thorough with the objective type questions. Is that okay?
Sir, how many MCQ questions will be asked?
In fact, there is no clarity about that, because what CBSE says is 35 marks weightage, theory, 15 marks practicals. So 35 plus 15, 50 marks first term, 50 marks second term, 100. Now, if the practicals are divided 15, 15, 15 term 1, 15 term 2, then you have to perform, isn't it? You have to come to lab and perform, no?
Yes.
Then only we will conduct practical exam. So
Yes.
I think some clarity is to come from CBSE about this, whether practicals for 15 marks will be conducted for term 1, or is it just internal, we have to do internally. Okay. Once the clarity comes, I will be informing you. We are also waiting for that orders. Theory as such 35 marks, but for 35 marks, varieties of, they mention varieties of MCQs will be there. What is that variety in the MCQ? One statement will be given, right? Like we said, these are called powerhouses of the cell. Okay. A, he will give you nucleus. B, plastid. C, mitochondria. D, vacuoles. E, endoplasmic reticulum, like this. So this is straight statement, and you have to pick up the answer mitochondria out of the 5. Okay. How do you do this? Rule out the negative ones. Remove the answers that are not concerned with the energy and arrive at an answer. Okay. Ruling out the unconcerned one. Second type is, he will give one story. This is called case based MCQ. He will give you one story about cell and cell organelles or biomolecules, the chapter that we are dealing. And after that one paragraph, he will ask you MCQs. Okay. Based on the story, you have to go through the story, read correctly, focus on that, and down MCQs will be there. That is second. It is called case based MCQ. And the third one is, you need really logic. Okay, that is called A and R, assertion and reasoning. So one statement will be there, that is called assertion. Another statement will be there, that's called reasoning. And down that he will ask you A, B, C, D. What is that? Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. Second, reason is correct, assertion is wrong. Third, reason is correct and correct explanation for assertion. D, assertion is correct, but reason is not correct explanation of assertion, like this. So you have to be careful with this A and R, assertion and reasoning type. So my focus will be tomorrow on this A and R, because first type I am sure all of you will answer without any problem, because most of the time it is knowledge based. But the third one is logic and understanding. You have to link both the statements, understand both the statements and understand the logic behind the both assertion and reasoning. Okay, so tomorrow from chapter 1, what I do, I'll pick up that A and R questions. Okay, so that you should score out of it. Now it is for 35 marks for term 1 theory, that is fixed by the CBSE. How many MCQs will be asked? That is to be known still. Okay, that I will update you as and when we get the clarity. There has to be a model paper. Still model papers are to be released. We haven't got it. Let us see. So keep this in mind. These three types of MCQs will be there, both for class 11th and 12th. And 15 marks practicals as per the circular.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So out of 50 marks, this will be there. Now we come to the today's revision. Basically, we were saying that biomolecules are the chemical substances that help in biological process, be it digestion, respiration, circulation. Name any biological process, there is involvement of chemical substances. They help in the process. Without their presence, it would be difficult for the biological process to take place. Imagine when we consume food, and I said basically we consume food through our breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks. And when they go inside, they are converted into chemical forms like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins, like that. And how do they get digested? All of them get digested with the presence of chemical substances known as enzymes. And I gave the example. Say for example fats. Fats are difficult to digest, all of us know. Other name for fats is lipids. So lipids are broken down or digested into fatty acids plus glycerol. Who is doing this? An enzyme called lipase. So imagine if lipases are not there in our body, will digestion of fat take place? And also we understood the importance of lipases or importance of in general enzymes. We gave one example wherein in 1 hour reactants react together and form products, and the products are 200 molecules. Okay, 200 molecules where in 1 hour. Whereas when we put that an enzyme called anhydrase, immediately that 200 molecules become 6 lakh molecules, and the time 1 hour becomes 1 second. So this gives a clear picture of the importance of enzymes in our body. So biomolecules are very, very important in our day-to-day life, and based on their size we have classified them into 2 types. All those, yeah.
is anhydrous?
Anhydragenase, it's the name of an enzyme. Hydragenase, an enzyme that helps in combining hydrogen. Hydrogenase, anhydragenase, removal of hydrogen. Okay? So, we have given names for enzymes. You remember? We said reduction oxidase, reductooxidase, enzymes that help in redox reaction, reduction as well as oxidation. Similarly, we said hydrolase. Hydrous means water, lase, breaking. So H2O is being broken into H plus and OH minus. So there is a logic when we are giving name for an enzyme. Similarly, Raghavendra, we said ligases, another enzyme. Ligase, an enzyme that joins two molecules or two atoms, two compounds. Ligase. You know, we have got a structure in our body called a ligament. What is the role of ligament, Raghavendra?
Sir, it will join the muscles.
Bone to bone. Remember I said, yes, I said you must, all the sports people, you must be very careful. Yes, Sachin. Sachin, you can speak.
That's like bone to bone connection. I was saying bone to bone connection, sir.
Yeah, good. It is bone to bone connection. What Raghavendra is telling, can someone answer? Bone to muscle?
Tendon, sir.
Tendons, very good. So, tendons link bone and muscle, ligaments join bone to bone. Okay, and I gave a precaution to all the sports people that you must be very careful while playing. If a tendon is damaged, it will undergo mitosis, again you will get back naturally. But if ligament is cut, that is the only part, unfortunately, where mitosis will not take place. So ligaments cannot regrow. So Raghavendra, if ligaments are cut, we have to undergo surgery. There is no other way. So the doctors will put artificial ribbon like software. Remember, it is artificial, and Sachin knows artificial is artificial, natural is natural. So this is one of the areas where we biology students have to do a lot of work. We have to find out, Raghavendra, why this fellow doesn't grow back. Can we put some enzyme so that ligament grows back, so that people will not have dislocations? You know, you must have seen with your eyes many sports people, particularly football players, having this ligamental tear. Hockey players, basketball players particularly. I am the example for that. When I was playing basketball in Sainik school, I had a ligamental tear. I had undergone surgery. Okay, and there are two ligaments. One is the ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, that runs in the front side of our leg. Okay, another is PCL, posterior, back of our leg. So if these two are cut, then very, very difficult. Forget about running, even walking will be difficult, right? So do take care. What is the best way, Sachin, to take care of all the ligaments in our body and muscles, tendons?
To wear safeguards, sir.
First thing is, Sachin, you must warm up. Any game you play,
Yes.
like Sachin is going for basketball. Okay, 4:30 game starts. Sachin should be there in the ground by 4:15. 4:15 to 4:30, 15 minutes he should do warm up. Take 10 rounds around the basketball court, do some stretching exercise, and practice some throws, free throws around the basket. Now you are ready for the game. You must have seen among your friends only. Directly they come and start playing. And how many times they had problem? With your own eyes you must have experienced. You must have helped them also. Okay? So first and foremost thing is, whenever you are doing any activity, warm up. Make your body ready for the game. Similarly, after that, I warned you many times. I was seeing you Soon after your games, directly Sachin goes to his house, opens the cold water tap, sits under the tap, takes bath, and what happens after that? During prep time, Sachin develops temperature, fever. Sachin will be wondering what happened within half an hour. When Sachin was playing basketball vigorously, hockey vigorously for almost 45 minutes to 1 hour, the body temperature is hot, isn't it? And you were sweating profusely. And what happened to Sachin? He went to house, put cold water. Is there a difference in the temperature between Sachin's body
Yes, sir.
and the cold water? So body cannot
Yes, sir.
tolerate that much difference. So immediately it responds in the form of fever. That is the reason why I was telling you in the class that before you start playing anything, warm up. Even at home, I am sure you are all at home and some of you are very, very health conscious. I am very happy about that. And you must be doing gym in your own native place. You must be doing weightlifting at home. You must be running in your village. But remember, and we had sent a circular also as part of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, Fit India, isn't it? And you are posting photos wherein you were running 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers. I received some photos also. Good. I am happy that you are health conscious. But at the same time, always remember the precaution to be taken. Don't run 100-meter dash, starting only. Warm up. Warm up first, then go for the 100-meter dash. And I am sure all of you being athletes, you must have seen through your friends that you pick up slowly when you run, and as you approach the deadline, target area, your speed enhances, picks up, isn't it? So this is how you have to do. And after that, it is very, very important that you must cool down, cool your body. These two are important. So all these help the biomolecules also to go for it, do their activity, help in digestion. And ultimately, if someone asks, Sachin, why do you eat? Like there is a saying no in English, Sachin?
Energy.
Yeah,
Get in.
yeah. We eat to live and we live to eat. We eat so that we get energy, and through the energy we are alive. It is not reverse. Okay? And then, being biology boys, we all know what to eat. Always I was advocating you balanced food. Your food should contain all the 5 carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and of course, most important thing, drink plenty of water. Drink lot of water. Okay? Don't forget it. And drink good water, pure water, because 90% of the diseases come from water. So don't drink dirty water. Sometimes when you go to hotel, you spend hundreds of rupees on dosa, idli, vada, but you don't want to spend 20 rupees for the water, and that will become the culprit. So do spend some money on water also. Don't drink dirty water. Okay? So as part of it, we were talking about the most important ones. I will be focusing on nucleic acids because I think these you understood. I want to repeat the nucleic acid, DNA and RNA. Okay? And I think you must remember these two proteins, collagen and rubisco. Let's remember this. Most abundant protein in the animal world. So in your MCQ, you may get collagen. And most abundant protein in the biosphere, rubisco. We'll be studying about this rubisco in next chapter. All these, of course, we said primary, secondary, tertiary, okay? And again, the quaternary hemoglobin, remember that. So I am just showing you once so that you have an idea. And then starch. Starch is the food of the plants. Cellulose is a carbohydrate present in plenty in plants. Glycogen, you know, is present in us. Insulin, again, is very, very important. And you know, if it is not there in our body, if it is deficient, what happens, Raghavendra? We will become sweet boy, or Pallavi, sweet girl. Lack of insulin, insufficient levels of insulin will make person diabetic. That's why I said sweet boy or sweet girl, diabetes. So you must have seen people, diabetic people in your own home, in your own village, taking injections, small injections, shots we call it, isn't it? Insulin shots. Whenever, who secretes this insulin in our body? Pancreas, good. So if pancreas becomes lazy fellow, then this happens. So don't make your pancreas lazy fellow, let it work. And then of course, these are polysaccharides, many saccharide sugars. Yeah, here comes the nucleic acids. So these are to be practiced. I hope you are drawing the diagrams. Basically, nucleic acids are of two types. One is the DNA, another is the RNA. Expansion of DNA, deoxyribulose nucleic acid. If someone asks Raghavendra, what is your secret, Raghavendra? Raghavendra replies, sir, my DNA is my secret. Then Sachin will ask, what do you mean by that? Then Raghavendra says, in my body, lakhs of cells are there. In each cell, there is cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm, cell organelles are there. One of the cell organelles is nucleus, which is called master controller or controller and commandant of the cell. And inside the nucleus, there is liquid called nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm, all of us know Raghavendra has got 46 chromosomes. So if Raghavendra is to be called human being, Raghavendra, you must have 46 chromosomes. Then only Raghavendra can be called human being. Remember. So,
Sir, I have.
see, Raghavendra, your mathematics will decide whether Raghavendra is human being or not. How? Mathematics, 46 numbers. If it is Raghavendra, 45 or 47, then that person cannot be called as human being, normal human. We say abnormal human being. And for that we use the word syndrome. Okay? Syndrome. Abnormal person is referred as syndrome. So to be normal, what is required? 46 chromosomes should be there in every cell. See, Raghavendra has got lakhs of cells. In every cell, there should be 46. And inside the chromosome, there will be this DNA and RNA. Understood the location of DNA and RNA? Now we go for the chemical constituents. What makes DNA? Okay? What makes DNA? These three substances will make DNA. Let me expand. Yes. These three substances will make DNA. Remember, one sugar molecule in the center, one side phosphate molecule, another side nitrogen base. So we say SP, superintop police acid, S for sugar, P for phosphate. To that SP, N is added, nitrogen base is added. Okay? And we are using one word when someone asks, what is DNA? Raghavendra says, DNA is the secret of my life. But Sachin is not happy with that. No, that's okay. But what is inside it? Raghavendra says, inside DNA, 3 chemical substances are present. SPN, sugar, phosphate, nitrogen base. And these 3 together is called one nucleotide. Nucleotide. So what is a nucleotide? A combination of these 3. Like that, how many will be there in DNA? Look at that. Number. We can't count. So we say, Raghavendra conveniently, whenever he is not able to count, like in mathematics, what he will do? He will put within bracket and n times he will write. So he will tell Sachin, it is left to you Sachin, now you count. In biology, what Raghavendra will tell? Poly, many. How many? Don't know, let Sachin count. So polynucleotidal chain. So what is DNA? Polynucleotidal chain. So basically, nucleic acids are of 2 types, DNA and RNA, and portion of DNA is gene. So someone says, what is your secret? We say DNA. Further we say gene. And nowadays, Raghavendra, we say our proteins are our secrets. That means we are understanding one by one, and we are realizing what is ultimately responsible for what we are today. What is our appearance? What's our height? What's our weight? What's our color? What's our hair color? What is our eyeball color? Okay? What are the characteristics that we exhibit? All these are linked to the proteins that are formed in our body. And who is forming the proteins? It is the genes. And where are the genes? They are present on DNA. Where is DNA? They are present in nucleus. I hope you understood now. Yeah. So, what is DNA? Polynucleotidal chain. And sometimes he will ask you difference between nucleotide and nucleoside. Nucleotide, spelling TID last. Nucleoside, SID will come. So here, don't get panic in the exam. Whenever you get a question which you feel unfamiliar, just think of it. Just focus on the question. In the question only there will be clue. So Raghavendra, what is our intelligence? Pick up that clue from the question. For that, Raghavendra should not have tension in the exam. No stress. Write exams happily. Then you will do very well. So what is the clue here? Nucleoside. What is the spelling? NUCLEOSIDE. Now in the spelling, first one is N. N refers to nitrogen base. S refers to sugar. So in the question only answer is there. Nucleoside is N and S. Nitrogen base and sugar. And what is nucleotide? Nucleoside plus phosphate molecule. Correct, no? What is left out? Phosphate molecule. So N plus S is equal to nucleoside, because in the spelling only N stands for nitrogen base, S stands for sugar. So N plus S is nucleoside. To that you add phosphate group, it becomes nucleotide. So you keep on adding like this, these 3, that becomes DNA, polynucleotidal chain. Correct? Now sugar is a pentose sugar. Penta means 5 sides. Look at that. And basically it is a ringed structure. That is why we are saying it is pentose, and carbons will be there. Right? And why are you calling in DNA deoxyribose? One oxygen atom will be taken out. That's why we are saying deoxyribose. Look at that. See, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. Whereas RNA, ribonucleic acid. That means in the sugar molecule, one oxygen is removed, deoxy, minus oxygen. Got the point? So in DNA it is deoxyribo. In RNA it is ribulose as far as sugar is concerned. Look at that. So DNA will be like a,
Sir,
yeah.
is there any reason for DNA being in that shapes?
Yes, you can guess it is in the form of double helix. It is because of two reasons. Reason number one is the space that is available within the nucleus. Where is it present? It is inside the nucleus, no?
Yes.
Our cell only very small. In that cytoplasm, in that nucleus, in that nucleoplasm, in that chromosome, in that DNA. Look at that. We are going from big area to narrow area. So if it is like a big thread, where is the place? So it has to be twisted. Correct? You can put a spring. You can put a spring in small place. But to stretch the spring into a wire, can you place that wire in that small area? We have to cut the wire. This one. Second, the chemical bonding between the nitrogen bases and carbon. You know, a lot of bonding will be there between carbon and nitrogen and between carbon and phosphorus. So those bondings will make particular amount of energy available. So with that particular amount of energy available, it is a constricted structure. You know, bond attraction will be there. That is the reason. Okay. So DNA is a like a ladder. You can see here. Nichchenige antivalla, Mahesh. Look at that. All of you climb to your house now on top to see whether your water tank is full or not. Look at that. Now one side Raghavendra is holding, other side our Mahesh is holding. Now turn them, twist them, you get this structure, double helix. Understood, Nitish? So if you observe again, vertical lines you see, I said SP, sugar plus phosphate. Let me expand. Yeah, look at that. I hope it is clear now. Vertical lines in the ladder are made up of SP, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. And the steps, these two vertical lines are joined together by horizontal steps. And what are those horizontal steps? They are made up of nitrogen bases. Okay? And nitrogen bases, basically there are two types, purines, pyrimidines. And there is a base pair ruling. Purines will combine with pyrimidines. Means adenine combines with thymine and thymine combines with adenine. Okay? And then cytosine combines with guanine and guanine combines with cytosine. This is the base pair rule. And we said in DNA it is deoxyribulose sugar, one oxygen atom is missing. In RNA it is full structure sugar, ribulose sugar. Second difference you can note here is in place of thymine, in DNA thymine is there. In place of thymine, uracil will be there in RNA. That is the second difference. Okay? And when Raghavendra finds to know what is a gene, look at that 3.4 nanometers. That portion is considered gene, Raghavendra. So you can imagine how many genes will be there in Raghavendra's body. Okay?
Evolved, sir, DNA or RNA?
Which one?
Which is more evolved, sir, DNA or RNA?
Both are important. DNA is our secret. It is having genes in it. And because of the genes we are getting proteins. And because of the proteins we are expressing all the characters that we are expressing. RNA is responsible for formation of proteins. Without RNA, no proteins will be formed in our body. So, both are important. Okay? Understood?
Yes,
Okay.
sir, but more evolved,
More evolved is DNA. As the DNA evolves only, we are also evolving in the evolutionary line. Okay? So, DNA nitrogen base, deoxyribose sugar, phosphate. Look at that. I think all this you know.
Losing an oxygen atom, sir, in DNA, sir,
Hmm.
means that like so acid is evolving or whatever.
No, not that. Addition or addition of oxygen or deletion of oxygen or some molecule will not help in evolution. It helps in the functionality. Okay, it doesn't have any relation with the evolution as such. It is our observation. Okay, what is present, what is it made up of, like that, right? And here you can see presence of nitrogen bases: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and uracil is the nitrogen base that is present in the RNA. And see that bonding also between A and T, double bond is there, hydrogen bond. Between C and G, triple bond is there. Whether it is double bond or triple bond, all of you know hydrogen bond is very weak. So ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ, hydrogen bond will be broken. Little bit of supply energy, it will be broken. So this is how we break DNA. We call it as DNA replication. Raghavendra, here it will help in evolution. The breaking of DNA replication will help us. Okay? Right. So we will see you tomorrow. I'll post these videos in our group. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.